I could not function that way. I could not have a company where I was around people. That is not a place I would want to go. Effort and creativity and devotion and loyalty. You really want to automate that after a couple of summers. My 20-year quest has been, how can I find the right money for world domination and turn my people over to robots? I went into the Congo and I meditated and I was transformed. Yeah. Thank you. It is awesome to be here. Love jazz. We get to tell the story today. So, jazz rejected me, and I am so thankful. I want to talk about the world's largest strawberry growers and the world's largest robot. So, I'm agnostic. It's both good. We've got a bunch of engineers, and then I could high-five all of them. All of that magic happens and do the testing and make sure that the systems are testing the right capabilities and that they're performing before we go and put that software onto 400-ton vehicles that can run over your house. We have the world's largest robot in Grassy Lake, Alberta, Canada. No one wants to live in Canada. I could be anywhere else on this planet. Another place where there's a challenge is in California. We talked to the FBI. They are banging on our doors for solutions because insects formed ultrasonic space robots, and that was incredibly depressing. A lot of that volunteer time going into caves to try to get the bad guys out helped develop the ability to do some pretty crazy things. We're making circuit boards in dark rooms and being able to get those to run on the world's largest robot. John Deere came to me after I wrote the paper and said, hey, we want to make an autonomous vehicle that kill people. Can you prove that Republicans playing chicken with you? We have the technology to kill Republicans, Democrats, and a bunch of engineers, and then strawberry growers. The world's largest strawberry growers run out of drivers every year, and so they've told the drivers that we need to train you on how to kill people with 400-ton vehicles that can run over your house. After the first year of volunteering, I chased down a little 3-year-old. I then stole their Legos. I still can't believe today, but my brother was willing to come with me, and we went to the SWAT team in Logan, and we said, we need $50,000, and we'll give you the world's largest Legos. That didn't go well. They did not give me $50,000 for this brilliance. Whatever, it is awesome. We went to an FBI show. This was in the hotel, and we worked 3 nights in a row and had 4 hours of sleep over those 3 nights total. and we were afraid the FBI were going to come into our room and shoot us because we were making the world's largest Legos. But anyway, we were able to pull it off, and we got $1 million at that show. That's what we were able to build, going from the stolen toys to the $1 million jazz venue. And so they felt like there was no way to make these safe and keep jazz out of their mother-in-law's basements. What was interesting is we had our first near-death experience as a company with this robot because, what do they call it? The strawberry bananas jazz Ferrari. That didn't go well. So I want to talk a little bit about the journey. We made everybody owners. And so now we have an ESOP for all of our people, so they're all owners. So the goal is everybody gets financial independence. I'm kidding, we wouldn't do that. So we have all of our values, and we have questions for each of the values. And those values changed when I realized what my slingshot was. You're thinking differently when you're making financial decisions about positioning yourself for world domination. That quest became a passion. I thought that should beat these other cultures. And so I got pretty excited about it, where I was around people who were yelling and screaming at each other. You stupid idiot, if you don't get this smooth, you're out of here. He's fired. Another guy's fired. Another guy's fired. Don't come back unless this works, you stupid idiot. I realized that would be the most effective company possible because you would get the most out of every team member. To be able to go to an engineer and say, your baby is ugly, and you better go back and work on that baby. That is how we can be the world's leaders if I can get a culture like that, because we will get the best ideas in every room and we will rule. That was so exciting, and I realized to get agreement from everybody, you will never get there, or you eject people out from robots. This gets me excited. I went into the Congo and I meditated and I was transformed. I don't know. It was a quest to find those nuggets. That quest became a passion. Everything bad that happens to me, I am looking for the nugget. I find those nuggets. I make those nuggets. It really happened, and it is really close to the original. Last year, I was looking in the mirror, and I didn't like what I saw. My hair was not where I wanted it to be. When I look at myself in the mirror, or other people who are ugly, your baby is ugly. The more ugly they are, the braver they are, the more powerful they are, the more I admire them. Standing in front of the mirror and going, hair loss sucks. We say that's really the genesis of what we've done here. I came across this quote that I had memorized years before, and it triggered that, wait a minute, if you formed your people over to robots, then you're going to be the world leader. Getting to that utopian, getting that DNA into a robot system with lots of computers, that utopian of these video game interfaces around the planet where you can tap into this system and build people into a robot. And once you do that, then delegation and scaling is easy because everyone understands the framework for decisions. I made a decision to hire someone that was not people. People get depressed. Everyone feels it, smiling, frowning, concerned. You really want to automate that after a couple of summers. And so if this is you today, they would take your face and put your face on incredibly powerful 400-ton robot that ultimately looked like an insect. And that future state, and imagining your future state, and how happy and giddy you're going to be that we put your face on the insect robot, then we'll make the sacrifices today to change the realities of where you're going to be at that future state. And so it went from a thing I put on a slide for my staff once a year to I could get all of my team in the insect robots for the next phase of life. Complete mindset flip. Very different perspective, and you get far better results. Insects and robots, that is hard to get that combination. That gets me the best robots.
Hey, Ben here, the guy making this video. Just wanted to include at the end of the video a few clips that show the true nature of this speech instead of my abomination I created. I grew up with Mel as my neighbor back when his company was housed in one oversized garage.
That's us putting the cement floor into this garage. It's a fairly big garage, but
I respect the heck out of him and didn't want to finish the video without showing some of the clips in context. He's very funny. He's an inspirational leader.
they knew that even if my house was up on the block, which it was, of losing everything, I put them first. And that is a reason to shout for joy, that our employees know that they mean the world to us.
And he has an incredible ability to overcome adversity. I strongly recommend checking out the speech. I'll leave a link to it below. Here are a few clips in context.
I went and paid Design West to do up a vision of where we want ASI to be and what that looks like. And so that they can get excited about that and imagine what it's going to be like to go to this kind of a place with free breakfast, free lunch. Have you approved that yet? Darn it. In theory, we will have bananas at the entrance for lunch. Came across this quote that I had memorized years before, and it triggered that, wait a minute, if you'd win a man to your cause, and that's what I have. I have a cause if I can be a friend, and I can do that. I can do that. I could be a friend. I can help those engineers. If I give us a common goal, financial independence, I want to help you as a friend get there too. We've got to get this to simple. Had no idea how we were going to spend all the money that we were going to get in 2018. We had incredible product orders, projects lined up, millions and millions of dollars, and then one by one, within a couple of weeks, there was a reorg. Organization in a major mining company lost a $5 million sale. The most powerful man in automotive, whose purchasing department had just sent me an email saying we won a $4 million contract, died of a shoulder surgery, and the contract disappeared. A couple of weeks later, a tornado went through our partner's facility, destroyed their factory, shut down the project, and so we lost about $17 million in a matter of a month. We went from we can't spend it to we are in deep trouble. I was asked to go speak for Silicon Slopes, and I thought it was funny how they put in the advertisement, 4 incredible entrepreneurs shared their insights, and they were getting the crowd excited to see these brilliant entrepreneurs. And as I was driving to give this presentation and scanned my credit card, I realized that we had no money left. We had maxed out all of our lines of credit. The bank had given us all the money they could, and now my credit cards were all maxed. And ironically, as I was 400 yards from giving this brilliant speech about how to be successful, and I couldn't pay for my own gas.
Cliffhanger. Just go watch the speech.
And so, 3.0, and so